I'm going to give you 3 key points to utilizing power cleans and power snatches in the sport of Olympic weightlifting, and we're going to start right now. What's up, everybody? It's Dane Miller from GarageStrength.com, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to be a better weightlifter, you want to be a better athlete, you want to be more explosive, you want to be more athletic, make sure that you like, you subscribe, and you ring that notification bell so we can help you become a champion. So right off the bat, when we're talking about a power snatch or a power clean, I think it's important first and foremost to define a power snatch and a power clean, because we can see a lot of people on social media posting powers while their hips are dropping below 90 degrees, and it comes into question. What exactly is a power snatch or a power clean? And I believe these are defined specifically as snatch movements or clean movements where you don't go below 90 degrees when you're catching that exercise. So if you're catching a snatch, you stay at 91 degrees or higher. If you're catching a power clean, you stay at 91 degrees or higher. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of some gray area where we don't know for sure. Maybe it's a power, maybe it's not. We put some videos up and we take a poll and we see if it's a power or not. But the main goal is that you're catching these movements above parallel when your hip is related to your knee joint. Now, that second key here, before we dive deep into the 3 points, is understanding that these movements should be executed as though they are going to be full lifts. That means the technique of our knees. Our knees should be clearing back off the floor. The knees should be reciprocating forward when we get through no man's land, and we should be having a nice strong finish, getting to that flat foot grounding position when we're receiving the bar. So we need to make sure that we're executing these the exact same way that we would a full lift. We oftentimes will see lifters spread their feet really wide in the power snatch or power clean, and those styles of power cleans or power snatches will not carry over very well. So before we go on further, it's important that 1, the power is caught above 90 degrees, and 2, the pull is executed as though it is a full lift. So that third key reason for why I like to utilize power cleans or power snatches comes down to the age of a lifter. And if we can think about a lot of novice or intermediate lifters tend to struggle with receiving the bar. They tend to struggle with accelerating the bar off of the hips from that knee extension into the catch. And when we utilize the power snatch or the power clean with novice and intermediate lifters, now they start to make serious technical improvements. We can start to see a more aggressive upper body off of the hip. We can start to see athletes catch cleans much tighter. They're more rigid in their trunk. They've got that dynamic trunk control because of the speed of the movement of the power clean or the power snatch. So utilize powers with novice and intermediate lifters to improve their feeling, to improve their aggressiveness, and to improve that turnover at the finish of the lift. That second key factor for why I like to utilize power snatches and power cleans comes back to, again, the age of the lifter. If I've got an advanced lifter who's been training for more than 3 or 4 years, I can utilize power-based movements as a deload from either intensity or even volume. It's a way that we can push the athlete a little bit without beating them up. If we're looking for a power snatch PR, we know that the weight on the bar won't hurt the lifter. We know that it's all going to be about speed and connection to the bar. So this is a sneaky way that we can actually deload lifters while still keeping them moving very, very rapidly. And I think that's a very key component here, is to recognize who are you dealing with. If you're dealing with an advanced lifter, utilize power snatches and power cleans for a sneaky deload to help them feel a little bit better if they're beat up from a long period of training. Now, before we get into that number one reason, I understand and I know that it's difficult to program and periodize everything that goes into training into one lump project. There's a lot of factors that go into developing elite athletes, and that's precisely why we made Parabolic Periodization. We put together an entire course and textbook to help you solve all these problems. You can click on the link down below. You can head over to garagestrength.com and you can pick up your Parabolic Periodization book and course today. Now, that number one reason for why we utilize power snatches and power cleans covers all audiences that we're talking about. Anywhere from those novice and intermediate lifters, all the way past advanced lifters, all the way to the masters-based lifters. And that comes back to improving the speed of the bar. A lot of times when we're working with a lot of heavy weights in the sport of Olympic weightlifting, lifters tend to forget how to be very snappy. They tend to forget how to accelerate off the hip and extend those knees rapidly, and they forget how to connect that knee extension on the finish with that big upper body, with that big strong shrug in the clean. They forget what speed development feels like. And so it's important across all audiences that if you see a young lifter or an advanced lifter that's struggling to be a bit snappier, by all means, start utilizing the power clean or the power snatch. And I even recommend with advanced lifters, use complexes where you do 2 power cleans into a full clean, or 2 power snatches into a full snatch, or a power snatch into a full snatch. And you're gonna see the carryover is going to be tremendously effective. It's going to improve their speed. It's again gonna improve their connection to the bar, and they're gonna feel more confident in their technique. So if you want more information about periodization and programming specifically for the sport of Olympic weightlifting, you can click on the link down below and head over to garagestrength.com and pick up your copy of our Parabolic Periodization textbook and course. If you want more videos about Olympic weightlifting programming, you can click on this card right here. Until next time, guys, peace.